Sean, first and foremost, many congratulations. You got the win, and that looked like one of the toughest performances Bristol have had to play in a long time.
Yeah, all credit to Rotherham. You know, they came down here with a game plan. It worked for large parts of the game. The elements were a huge leveller today. You know, a massive wind, and you know, we probably couldn't play much worse than we did today either. But all credit to our lads coming back in the second half, scoring 17 unanswered points. Just a shame that we give away a silly try at the end.
It was a very tough game. All credit to Rotherham. They brought immense physicality. First half, we were going into a bit of a gale, and I can't describe how much that played a part. But we were still inaccurate with ball in hand. Yeah, we found it tough to get territory because of the conditions. But fair play to the boys for sticking at it. We probably didn't get as many points as we'd like, but we're going in with a 3-point buffer into next week.
When we talk about the pressure environment of knockout rugby, Bristol obviously 9-0 behind at half-time. What was said at half-time? What was your assessment?
It was more about ourselves, really. It was more about the fact that we were maybe carrying a bit high. They had a choke tackle technique. You know, they were committing large numbers to the defence. You know, they were spreading the field when we were trying to push it a little bit too wide. So, you know, some tactical elements, but we needed to have a bit of a look at ourselves. And you know, they had the elements in the first half. So we've used that well in the second half. Got into the lead. It's just we've given them a silly try at the end.
Refreshed at half-time, you guys came out and seen quite a bit of a different scene.
Yeah, we had a few choice words at half-time. We weren't ourselves. We weren't playing as Bristol have all season. So we had to just tighten it up a bit, try and keep the ball more in contact, and luckily we came through at the end there.
As you said, elements played a large part today. Second half, we had the win with us. Were you happy with how we used it?
Yeah, I think, you know, we forced some penalties. We forced a yellow card or two. We kicked for the corner and backed ourselves. You know, we backed ourselves on the scrum 5 and got our rewards with a 7-pointer. You know, we've spoken all week about this. It's not about this game, it's about both games. So it's half time, you know, with 3 points ahead. And if you look at the 4 games, we've beaten Rotherham 4 times this year. So we've scored, you know, 4 tries 3 times and 3 tries today. So, you know, if we play better, like we know we can, then you know, hopefully we can get a result next week.
Did you feel the pressure today?
Not personally. I mean, each player is different. I just felt the conditions were a massive leveller. We knew Rotherham were going to come down with immense physicality, but those conditions really did play a part. Yeah, we probably weren't as accurate, but I wouldn't put that down to nerves as such. I put that down to just individual errors, and these things happen. But as I say, we're happy with the win, and we'll go up there and just try and win the game next week.
Yourself and Andy have talked about it's just another game. Obviously, Rotherham back to back. You've got to go up there to their place now and play. But as you said, it is just another game, isn't it? And it's just a game you have to go and win.
Well, it's not next week now. It's not just another game because it is the only game. You know, you don't take advantage of this 3-point advantage we've got. Then that's it. Season over, Premiership over. So no, it is no longer just another game. It is about one more game, and that's the attitude that we'll take into next week.